What's going on, brothers? What is going on? It is your dude, Mr. International Passport, here again for another Future Classic live stream. First and foremost, though, brothers, if you can hear us loud and clear, please press on one in the live stream chat. Mayday, Mayday, check 1 2, check 1 2. How's my audio? Okay, Mr. Patron, is my audio good?
Audio sounds great.
Fantastic. Yours as well. Just gotta make sure the people watching on YouTube can hear me loud and clear. So, brothers, press on one in the live stream chat if there's no technical issues. If my audio is clean, crisp, and concise, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let me know. Let me know. Want to make sure this is a quality podcast for you, brothers, but I don't know if it's quality if you don't give me any feedback. Okay. So, press on one in the live stream chat. Let's get it cracking, man. Who's here? We got 14 people watching so far. I'm gonna wait for y'all, brothers. Todd Sellers in the building. Thank you, Todd. Can I get a couple more ones, please? Who is here? Who is here? We've got Todd Sellers, Jay, Frank. Fantastic, awesome. Let's get straight into it then. Brave Weights, awesome. So, brothers, welcome for another classic live stream. Special announcement first and foremost. Python course is now open for you, brothers, to sign up to. Okay, so go and sign up to my Patreon course right now. Sorry, my Python course on Patreon. Look for the tier called the Ultimate Python course, July 2024. Okay, join that tier and I'll see you, brothers, in class. Remember, IT is the way to freedom. IT will get you out of the matrix, and I'll be teaching you, brothers, Python every week on a Sunday, on a Monday. On a Sunday. So make sure you go and join the Python course. Okay. So again, throughout tonight, hit the super chats, hit the PayPal. Any support will be greatly appreciated. Cop the merch. Book your IT consultations for any IT guidance and career advice, and of course, join the Patreon too and cop the merch, right, for intel on crypto, stocks, and traveling. That's on the Patreon too. So let's now get straight into it. Okay, I've got a very special guest here called Mr. Patron. Okay, who has some interesting intel to give us about Indonesia, Indonesian woman, life there, the whole 9 yard. Mr. Patron, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Everything's wonderful.
Fantastic, Mr. Patron. Fantastic. So, Mr. Patron, do you mind giving us a brief intro as to who you are, where you're from, and anything interesting about you, bro?
So yeah, I'm from the United States. I served in the military a little bit. I love to travel. I love to learn languages. I love to try new foods. Um, you know, go to different places, meet beautiful women. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, Mr. Patron, right? Brother, is it fair to say that you were the first black man ever to ever visit Indonesia?
I mean, I'm not sure about that, but I can tell you this: I'm the first to do a lot of things. I'll tell you that.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, brother, in your time in Indonesia, okay, where were you at? Was it Bali? Was it Jakarta? What cities were you at, brother?
So break it down. Most people go to Bali, and a lot of the times when people would run into me, they'd wonder why I was not in Bali. But I don't like to go where everyone else is going. So I went to Jakarta last year for the first time, and Jakarta kind of convinced me to come back. So I was in a city called like Tangerang. Tangerang is near the airport, and then it's like a smaller suburban town, and then there's also BSD city. So I was in BSD city and Tangerang the whole time. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So, brother, my first question to you, brother, is to why did you go to Indonesia in the first place, brother? You know, what was the reason why you went there? What was it about Indonesia that drew you to that country?
First thing first, I was not even supposed to be in Indonesia. I had a ticket to Korea, and then I was gonna go to Seoul, and then I canceled my flight because I had some stuff going on. And then I spoke to someone, and then they convinced me, like, hey, like, you know what? Like, good thing your flight was canceled. You need to go to Indonesia. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you should have gone to Indonesia. And then the money that was returned to me by Expedia and Airbnb was not enough to go to Korea anymore, and my Airbnb in Korea was, so expensive, right? So I saw Indonesia, and it was just perfect for going to Indonesia. So because it's a lot cheaper over there, so that's how I ended up going to Indonesia. Yeah.
Wow, amazing, bro, amazing. Okay, so my first question to you, brother, is in regards to accommodation. So in Indonesia, was it Airbnb you were staying? Was it hotel? Break it down for you, brother.
So Indonesia, like I always stay in Airbnbs only.
Mhm. And how much is that per day, brother?
I usually go by month, so typically I'm spending $300 to 600 a month. If you're in Jakarta, you're probably gonna spend, if you want a nice Airbnb, like 500, 600. If you're in Tangerang, you're probably gonna spend 300 to 400.
For the whole month? Okay, brother, do you think that's expensive or that's quite cheap?
That's nothing from nothing. It's very cheap.
Awesome, high value brothers in the chat, huh? Awesome, brother. Nice, fantastic, brother. And brother, the quality of the Airbnb, was it something that was good? It was clean. It was safe, brother.
Let's just say there's people that work, flight attendants, people that have good jobs are the ones that live in those type of Airbnbs. So yeah, those are the best top notch Airbnbs.
Amazing, brother. So, brother, a couple years ago, Airbnb had a problem with privacy. For some crazy odd reason, some owners would put cameras in Airbnbs to watch people, which is obviously an invasion of privacy.
Oh
Do
man,
you ever get worried about that at all? Did you ever do checks there, brother, in regards to if there's any camera in the Airbnbs, or break it down for me, bro?
I've actually never thought about that. So man, I hope I wasn't caught.
Okay, brother. So now, so you're in Indonesia. Do you mind breaking down the ethnic background in Indonesia? Is it like pale skin Asians or is it brown skin Asians? Is it a mixture of both? Are they their own ethnic group? Break it down for me, brother.
There's everything here. There's girls that are like Chinese because their families from China and then they immigrated to Indonesia. And then with that, obviously there's gonna be some mixtures. So there's some girls that are part Chinese and then part Jawa. There's Malayu. There's there's so like this is a Lombok. There's Aceh, Kalimantan. There's a whole bunch of different. There's even black people, and those black people are they're like Asian though, like like Papua New Guinea, so that's like they're called Papua. So Papua is another island as well. So Indonesia has a lot of islands, right? And then like from all these different islands are different types of people, and then some of them obviously look different. So yeah, there's light like Chinese looking. There's like more brown, like the Filipina type of looking, Thai looking, and then there's also like black, like like Papua. Yeah, so those are the types.
And brother, you made a great point there in regards to Papua, and I think we're going to speak on that in the future and on the
Hmm.
stream. But I'm hearing that they're oppressed over there, and they get treated really badly by Indonesians. But you've been there, you can confirm if that's the case later on
Um,
in the stream, brother. Go on,
I
bro.
haven't been to Papua, but I have friends. I have a friend from there, and because I see them sometimes in here in Jakarta. Sometimes some of them come here, like the ones that have well to do. They come here and they go to school here. So the good, like the Papuas that have money, they go to university out here, and I've seen them hanging out with like Indonesians as friends. Like a few of them, a few of the ones that have money that integrate well. They have Chinese friends. He's always in stories with Chinese girls or Indonesian girls all the time. It's just really the ones that are, like poverty, right? So poverty is always going to be the thing. But if you have money and you're going to the same schools as these people, like I've seen some of them, become friends and stuff like that. So it's not a. I think it's more of like where you are in the food chain type of thing instead of like race and stuff.
Okay, interesting, brother. So, next question for you, brother, right, is so in Indonesia, who runs the country, right? Who has the most power there? Is it the foreign white man? Is it the Chinese man? Is it Indonesians themselves? Who actually runs that country and who has the
It's
most power
it's
there, brother?
it's the Chindo, the Chinese people, the ones that their families from China. They have the most money here.
Flipping heck.
And I'll tell you a
What?
small story about that because there
Mm.
was a war, not a war, but there in like I think 1998, there was a civil war here where pretty much like Indonesia had a huge economic collapse, And guess what? God forbid, but they were killing like Shindos. They were killing Chinese Indonesians. They were burning their,
Deleted.
yeah, they were
Delete.
burning.
Deleting.
Oh, my bad. There was so pretty much like there was some internal stuff going on here because yeah. So yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so you're saying that they got the most power there, the Chinese people.
yeah.
How so? Because they're a minority there in Indonesia. How's that even possible?
But you know what? Wherever like Chinese people go, they always have money because they always start businesses. So they always own all the businesses. That's how it works. So most of the times when I met like Chinese women here, they had their wealthy. Their parents give them money to start businesses. Like it's typically how like it is. Yeah.
Yo, these Chinese move. They move. They move like something else. So it's side note here, right? So the Chinese are rich in China. They're also rich in different parts of Asia,
Mm-hmm.
in Malaysia, in Indonesia, in
Mm-hmm.
Taiwan, in Macau. It's insane. Then they also have their own Chinatown in every major city in the West. So they're making money
Mm-hmm.
through the Chinatown. I mean, bruv, you know, I want that for black men. I want that for black men, bro. How do they do it? Where's the money coming from for Chinese to be doing that kind of, these kind of power moves, bro? It's insane. Oh,
That's a good question.
interesting. So, but you're telling me the Chinese, Indo-Chinese, right, have more power than the ethnic Indonesian people.
Yeah. So that's why there's some hatred sometimes against them. For that reason because they typically have all the money. Yeah, they're really wealthy over here.
Okay. And brother, how do the Chinese people treat you as a black man there, brother?
It depends. Sometimes they're the ones that are the coolest because they have the most exposure. Like they've seen like us in the movies, Will Smith. They know they're in tune with like the good parts of us. Or sometimes they're the worst people that treat us the worst. Like and inspire like some Indonesians to also look down on us as well. So it just really depends. It just really depends.
Okay. So, brother, so what about the Indonesian and Papua people? How do they treat you there in Indonesia as a Western
Papuas
black man?
Papuas love us. Like every time you see a Papua, there's big grin, big smile, happy to see another black person of color. They love it. Indonesian people, 50-50. You know what? Man, I have some crazy stories for you. So I don't know. Okay, in the best way, like you could walk into a store and people are surrounding you. Oh my gosh, like can I take a photo of you? Like that happens, where like girls are surrounding you asking for photos. That's the best. And the worst situation, you could say hi to someone and they could just like look at you and just like look at you like they seen a ghost or something and just like walk away. So it's crazy. Like it could be really good, and it could be really bad. It could be really good or really bad.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Interesting. Brother, so do you consider Papua people to be black?
No, because they don't have like, and black is very broad, right? Because obviously like there's West African black, right? Or there's like East African black, and like what I mean by that is like body structures, right? For instance, the NBA players, right? They're like West African black through their roots, right? That's why they look tall. Their muscles, their body structure, or Central Africa, right? So like Papuas, their body structure is more like I could say East African looking, like they're more like thinner, their bones are more dense, they're not their build is usually not like, what I'm saying? Like their builds are not usually like they look like, there's yeah, their builds are different. They look like Asian people but with black skin. Let me say it like let's put it that way.
Interesting. So they're kind of like Aboriginal people, I'm guessing.
Exactly. You got it.
Awesome, awesome, bro. So, shout out to the legend Jay Bones in the building for the support. Appreciate you, Jay Bones, brother. Hope you're well. For the super sticker, thank you, brother. Salute to you, Jay Bones. Thank you very much, bro. So, next question for you, brother. Right. So, is in terms of business and investments. So, in your time in Indonesia, did you spot or notice any sort of business opportunities or investment opportunities there in Indonesia?
Well, I could say that Airbnb, obviously, because I mean, like, obviously, there's always going to be safe. That's always going to be something that, there's always going to be tourists. I could imagine if you have an Airbnb in Bali, you're making a lot of money, you know. Um, But yeah, otherwise I've met some people. Like I knew this one girl. She started a bakery shop. So because people here love sweets. So there's always, and that's why their teeth are so bad. Like this is the country that I've been to, like where like 50% of people have horrible teeth, and I think that's because they just love sweets so much and stuff. But yeah, I think if you own a bakery shop, if you own you're gonna get a lot of customers because they love sweets. And then if you have a Airbnb or some type of like rental property, you can make some money as well.
Awesome, awesome, bro. So next question for you, brother, right, is now in terms of people. So across the spectrum, right, across all races of people, right, how are Indonesian people like? Are they introverts? Are they extroverts? Are they nice people? Are they bad people? Break down the personality of the average Indonesian.
Okay, I've been here for 5 months. I was there for 5 months, so I have a lot. I could say, okay, Indonesian people are mostly friendly. Initially, if you see them, they're smiling at you. You know, they're smiling at you, big smile. Like if you smile, they smile back at you. Yes. Um, but there's two sides to that. They could be fake because sometimes they smile at you, but then they don't actually like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I could get into that later with a few situations where like I had a dude backbite me. You know what I'm saying? So it like in terms of like backbite me trying to because they want to be your friend. So like when these Indonesian men see you, they're intrigued. Oh, you're from the United States. Da, 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 da. I want to be your friend, and they want to ask your number. But it's like they always want to hang out. They always want to be. So if you don't have time for them, like that can turn into like that can turn into hate. You know what I'm saying? Because like their culture, they're really buddy buddy. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm, some people are not buddy buddy like that. You feel me? So but yeah, Indonesian people are mostly friendly. They're mostly like if you see them, they're smiling at you for the most part. Yes, for the most part.
Brother, backbite meaning what? Backstabbing?
Backstabbing, yeah, backstabbing, yeah, facts.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Do you mind
Yeah.
giving me an example as to how you were backstabbed in Indonesia?
I had a pretty girl, and I used to visit her job. And then one day when I was leaving, she told me that the dude that I came with one time tried to DM her and try to talk to her, and that was because he kept inviting me out, and I kept telling him I'm busy. So to take it out on me, he tried to steal what I had.
What?
Yeah,
Flipping heck.
yeah.
Yo. Okay, but how did you take that? Did you confront him directly, man to man, or
Really
what happened?
talked to him in his WhatsApp, and I said, "Dude, this how you gonna this is what you're gonna play? Like just because I didn't have time to see you, like you try to go after my girl? Like is that is that what it's about?" And then I get blocked, and then I'm like, I don't got time for this.
So he told her, right, that
Mhm.
the reason why he's DMing her is to take her away from you, or was that your assumption, or was that her
No, no.
assumption?
She showed me the messages. He was saying like, "Oh, he's just a foreigner. He's not gonna be here that long. Like I think you're pretty. I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you." Like he was just flirting with her. Yeah.
Damn. And but so when did you get the idea that he was doing that to get back at you because you weren't hanging out with him?
I had no idea until she showed me the screenshots.
And brother, and you believe the reason why he messaged her is because you just kept telling him that to hang out with him.
Yeah, I know why he messaged her because he was really trying to be my friend. He was trying to hang out with me all the time. I just don't have time to hang out with dudes all the time. Like I'm not here for that. Like I'm here to meet people. I'm here to do. So that's what it was. And then at the end of the day, she was pretty. So of course, part of him was probably like, she's a pretty girl. She's really cute. She's really, she looks really innocent. So yeah, I get it.
Awesome, bro. Wow. So next question for you, brother, right, is now in
Mhm.
terms of, so how did you meet people and make friends then in Indonesia in those two
I'm ve-
cities?
I'm very social. So I can speak. I'm good at learning languages. So I learned a few basic words like siapa namu kamu, siapa namu kamu. It's like what's your name? And then dari mana is like where are you from. So I'd always just open up. Siapa namu kamu? Dari mana? Bagus, like good, bagus. And then I pick WhatsApp or like or Instagram. So boom, just like that. Every time I'm always smiling. I dress my best. I always shower. Have energy, while pep in the step. And then that's how I meet people. And people meet me too because they see me, they like how I'm dressing, and sometimes they smile at me, they talk to me. And then that's how I always, so I read energy really well. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure that I always come outside my best, always have a haircut every week, always come out my best outfits, come out with my energy, walk around, get some bubble tea, walk around mall. I always go to the mall every day. I'm always in the mall. And you know how the mall is, bro. That's where everybody goes to. You know what I'm saying? So I go to the mall every day, do my walk, get my bubble tea, do my little walk around the mall, and then I see who's looking at me, who's smiling at me, who I can talk to, who can talk to me. Boom, just like that.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. So when it comes to transportation, brother,
hmm
okay, how do you move around in Indonesia? Is it Uber? Is it train? Is it buses? Break it down for me, bro.
There's two apps. One is called Gojek and one is called Grab. So like those are the two apps that you use to book taxis. Otherwise, if you need to, there's a street taxi called Bluebird. So if it's not Bluebird, if it's not Gojek, if it's not Grab, don't take it because you're gonna get scammed. But yeah, those are the three common ways to get around.
Okay, brother. Did you use what about public transportation?
There's also a train, but I don't like those things. I like my own space. But yeah, there's a train too.
Okay. Is that subway or actual like the actual overground train?
I'm not sure exactly, but it's a train that can take you like from Jakarta to pretty much around Jakarta. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, bro. So next question for you, brother, right, is Indonesia a cashless society or is it cash heavy?
They actually use a lot of cards, but it's the weird thing. It's the most annoying system in the world because they take a like it's like they take a photo of a barcode and then like they just whole it's like a whole 2 minute process and it's so slow compared to like the states where we just tap our card or then we're out. They have this whole thing where you take a photo of a photo of like a barcode and then you scan something and then you have to wait and then wait and then finally so it just holds up the line so much. But I just have cash. Sometimes they just have a cash line or like a 10 items or less line and that's so yeah. I just pull out my cash at the beginning of the month and then it just makes my life more simple because I'm not yeah. But it's a cashless society yeah. They use barcodes, they use cards, but they have a weird system though. I don't like it.
Okay, awesome, bro. So now, food. So is tell me more about Indonesian food, brother. Is
Oh,
it
I love
tasty? And well, if so, if you like it, brother, what's your favorite Indonesian cuisine? Pick it up
oh
for me.
man, I'm a fan. So there's a thing the nasi goreng is a fried rice. So it's really good. Nasi goreng, nasi rendang. Nasi rendang is like beef and then they season it with some type of like seasoning and it's so good. But those are my top two. If it's not nasi goreng, if it's not nasi rendang, like I'm not eating. Like, and one thing I will say about Indonesia compared to Malaysia, Indonesia has good chicken. Almost every place that I go to Indonesia, their chicken is like perfect, tender, juicy, like it's really good. Yeah, so they do a good job like harvesting their crops here. I say, like their crops are fresh. The chicken is like a good tender type of meat. Yeah, I can say that for sure.
So, brother, you tell me that every day, morning, evening, night, all you ate was nasi rendang and nasi goreng.
Every day I just go to either Solaria or I go to Rembolan. Rembolan is my favorite restaurant. They're a little bit more pricey, but not for us. But yeah, they have the best nasi goreng, the best food. Rembolan, best restaurant. Like yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, that's why or Thai food or I had Thai food sometimes too.
Brother, every day, morning, evening, and night, just fried rice,
Oh,
fried rice, fried rice,
uh,
fried rice, fried rice.
I'm a really I'm a really gym freak, so like I don't eat like that crazy. So I have my main course, which is the one of those, and then throughout the day I'm either just drinking, like protein shakes and stuff like that throughout the day. So, but yeah, typically I'd have one nasi goreng or one nasi rendang or something like that, and then that's just my main big meal. Then I just break other meals like in smaller meals and stuff.
Wow. So, brother, so apart from those dishes, right? What else do you eat in Indonesia?
Other than that, I tried to eat their like they have like Lau Lau, like the yogurt place. I seen it in Spain. This is like my favorite yogurt place. So I like Lau Lau because it's like a frozen yogurt. But then they have something called Sour Sally, and Sour Sally is even better than Lau Lau. It's like so good. Like they have some really good frozen yogurts here. Really good frozen yogurts here. So I'm a big frozen yogurt fan. They have bubble tea, so I like bubble tea as well. That's what got me into the whole Asian thing, bubble tea. but yeah, yeah, they have bubble tea, good bubble tea. They have some nice J Code. They have good donuts there, even though I don't eat donuts. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff here. I'll give Indonesia this. If you go to an Indonesian mall, there's a lot of food options. Kind of reminds me of the Philippines. Manila's like that too. A lot of food options. Like that's the one thing I like about Asian malls compared to American malls. American malls don't focus on food; they focus on stores like clothing. But Asian malls, they focus on food. Like all the food, like all restaurants have actual seating. Like food's very important in Asia. I like that.
Awesome, bro. So, brother, how do I spell that particular place where you get the best nasi goreng and nasi
Oh,
whatever?
Rembolan. REREMBOELAN.
Hmm.
But they pronounce it Rembolan. But I say Rembolan, but Rembolan.
Amazing intel so far, brother. So now, brother, cost of living also very important for brothers.
Hmm.
When you compare cost of living of Indonesia to America, which is more expensive, and
Oh, come on.
break down cost of living.
Come on, come on. Yeah, it's no brainer, man. America's expensive, man. America's. Let me break it down this way. I was living in Vegas because me and my ex broke up, and in Vegas, like I was on my last dollar, like I was struggling, and then I was like, man, where should I go, man? Should I just go back to my family's home? Should I go? Should I just move to a new state? What do I do? And like, you know what? I remember when I went to Jakarta last year, I was living like a king. And you know what? I saw the plane tickets and like $600 to go to Jakarta from Vegas. Okay, booked the plane ticket, and you know how it went, bro. You're like a king. You know why? Because most Indonesians only make 4 million to 5 million rupiah, which is like $200 to $300 a month. That's it. So like, if you just have like 1,700, like 2,000, 3,000, like you have a lot of money over here. Like just like 1,700, that's like 27 million rupiah. So you're like half of your income is like 5 times theirs, pretty much. So yeah, sometimes people like you because of that, and sometimes people resent you because of that, because they see you and they know you have money and they don't like that, especially when that contradicts what they think about like black people and money. So like because most black people you see here are from Nigeria, so like when they see someone like you and like you wearing all these brands, like, oh, okay, you're a threat because they know you can actually meet people here, meet women here, and actually do well here. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And brother, so how are the Nigerians and other black people moving there in Indonesia? Are they the poorest there? Are they not have good not have a good reputation there? Break it down for me, bro.
Bad reputation because a lot of them are known to do drugs. So, like, for instance, when I had my first really pretty Indonesian girl, her parents, like, her mom questioned her, and I tell her, "Hey, make sure he doesn't do drugs." And she showed him like he's American, because I showed him my passport, and then her mom had to like really know that I wasn't from Nigeria or wasn't from like like one of those countries. But I'll say this: I'm not gonna also like just judge like African people. Like I've seen some
Mm.
Nigerian people, like they live like where I was living. They were doing crypto, like they had like cryptocurrency and stuff. So like I even met a Nigerian guy that was doing like textiles, because like a lot of them do textile trading with textiles and stuff. So they bring in
Mm.
their own like shipments from Nigeria, like, and then bring it over here, like furniture, stuff like that. So some of them were legit doing business here, but on the other end, some of them were doing selling drugs, the bad stuff you shouldn't be doing, and spreading our name in a bad way. So yeah, it just really depended. But a lot of the time though, like when girls knew that you were not Nigerian, like it was a plus. Yeah. But I will say this though, I seen an African guy only one time with a really pretty girl, and a lot of times they had girls though. But none of the times I never seen them with girls like me. Yeah, I never see them have girls like me. Only one time. One time. Yeah, so it was kind of rare
And
to see. Mm.
was she Chinese, Indonesian?
Actually, crazy. Yeah, I saw one African dude with a Chinese Indonesian, and I actually, oh, are you, bro? You know how rare that is? It's almost impossible. Like it's almost impossible. But I really see them with Indonesian. Like when I see them in Indonesian, they're usually chubby girls. So I seen one dude, but he must have had the sauce, but he's the only one I ever seen with a baddie. Otherwise, man, I never seen anybody with the type of girls I was getting. Yeah,
Was he dark skin or light skin?
dark skin and very tall. He probably had to been like 6'5", 6'4", and he had a Chinese Indonesian that had a baby too. I was like, okay, I see you.
Damn, interesting.
You know what
Wow.
that means? They
So
got money, so they got a car. Like, you know how that is. If you get one of those Chinese ones, you're good because they got money.
interesting. And we'll definitely get to dating there because the Chinese part is something that is hard for brothers to penetrate in.
Mm.
I just don't know why Chinese women all around the world just don't like brothers. But we'll see, we'll get your ideas about that later on.
Mm-hmm.
So next question for you, brother, right, is safety. So in the nighttime, daytime, while clubbing, while being by yourself,
So,
is Indonesia a safe country for brothers?
So mixed feelings.
Huh?
It's very safe. It's very safe for the most part. If you just go into the mall, don't even worry about it. They got security guards at the door. They got their, if you just go into the mall, you just go into popular places, it's very safe. Like I never had to look over my shoulders. The thing about me though is I don't go to dangerous places. So like I'm not gonna go like I had these guys try to invite me to the village or like in the middle of like the mountains. I'm not doing that. Because I'm not risking I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying like so like it just depends. If you're just going to the malls, you're going to tourist attractions, you're going to just like regular places, and you're good. Don't even worry about it. Just be street smart. If this is how you street smart in America, because America's not safe. Like so, it's like it's the same stuff. Just always gotta be be a smart person.
Okay. So, brother, what about like pickpocketing? What about gangs? Being targeted as a black man? That's not happening.
No, no, no. If you just stay in the safe areas, just go to tourist places, go to the malls. You won't ever have those areas. Like your phone in your front pocket. Just do basic etiquette. No one's gonna bother you. I'm saying like no one's gonna bother you for the most part. Yeah. The only time I could say that my safety was
Okay.
questioned was because sometimes girls lie to you and they tell you that they're single and then they actually have a boyfriend or they're married. So and then next thing you know, I had a guy like 2 times guys threatening me, like, oh my gosh, you think you're actually just a foreigner here, and be careful. Where's your location? Send me your life. Because girls lied to me and told me they were single, but they actually had a man, and they were trying to cheat on that man for me. And then I'm like, I'm not doing that. Girls, stop lying to me.
Whoa. Okay. Well, that's a bit concerning there. I thought it was a serious country, but we'll get to it very soon. So, okay, awesome, brother. So, racism, brother. Break down. Did you experience any sort of slur said towards you in their language, the N word, any sort of racist incidents, any sort of racist looks? There's a racist look that black men get because we're black, right? You
Oh,
know
of
that,
course.
right?
Uh,
So, the looks, the slurs, break down racism for me, brother.
I only ever got the racial look a few times. Like, um, for instance, like, cause like I don't have Bumble, I don't have Tinder, I meet my woman outside. So sometimes when I did approaches, um, like, like I said, most of the time it was like not okay. I'll be honest, 8 out of 10 times I'm gonna get a number. The 2 times, maybe the one time that I didn't, like maybe sometimes it was a racial thing. Like I remember maybe 2 specific times out of the, you know what? I was here for 6 months and I only got a really dirty a look maybe 2 or 3 times when I tried to do approach. And it was that approach, it was that look where like you go up to someone and say hi, and then they look at you like they're scared of you, and they start speed walking away from you like they're scared of you. Like they look at their friend like, and then they start like panicking and walking away like they seem the most dangerous looking, vile creature ever in the world. Yeah, but the thing is that doesn't turn me inside or twist my heart in any type of way because, like I said, I've had so much success with very beautiful women that looked way better than them. So like I always remind myself of that. You know what? Let me not let these people define what I think of like racism because, like I said, I've had girls way prettier than these girls, Chinese, whatever it is, and like that blow these girls out of the water. So like I'm not gonna let them dictate how I feel about people or represent this whole people like this whole nation of people as racist. I'm not doing that. That's just a particular people that decide to feel that type of way, and they don't represent every single person. I'll still keep approaching because I know I'm going to win at the end of the day. So yeah, sometimes you will have a little bit of that stuff, but it's not so prevalent though.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, brother.
I will say,
So,
I will
brother,
say this.
oh,
I will say
mhm.
this is prevalent if you're not a guy that has confidence. Because if you're a guy that's not confident and you do that one approach and you get and it's a racist approach and you stop, then you just let your whole trip be defined by that racist moment. You have to be the type of guy that doesn't care, the type of guy that will keep moving forward, and you'll be all right.
Awesome, brother. So, what about N-word use, slurs in their language, any of that at all?
I don't even know how the N word sounds like in Indonesian. So if they called me that word, then I would have never known. So like yeah, but I've never had like them call me that in English. Yeah, I've never had them call me that in English before. Yeah, but they do say like
Okay.
bule, but bule just means foreigner. Like it just means foreign, and that means white or black. It just represents foreigner in general. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fine. Yeah,
Bad thing. Sounding
bad
Canadian there,
thing.
bro.
Like
Ting, ting.
Jamaica man, Jamaica man. Yeah, breathe. Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Bones for the support again. Shout out to Jay Bones, man. Past football legend. Appreciate you, brother. IP, the brother is 100% right. Went to Singapore for my bro wedding. The Asian dudes are super groupies. They want to force you to be their friend so they can show you off as my American friend. Creepy, creepy. Jay Bones, when you were in Singapore, brother, were the Chinese Singaporean chicks and the ethnic Singaporean chicks, the Malay Singaporean chicks showing love to you as black men? Were they with black men? Were they checking for black men? I want to know more about Chinese Singaporean chicks, brother. Are they checking for black men? Let me know, Jay Bones. Appreciate you, bro. So next question: have you been Singapore yet, Mr. Patron?
No, but on the plane going to Indonesia, because I always left Indonesia after 30 days to go to Malaysia to renew my 30-day visa. So one time I was on a plane coming back from Singapore, and I had a Singaporean girl on the plane, and then she was all over me. She was in my same seat, so she was the person right next to me on my left. We were literally at one point holding hands, and then we made plans to meet up after I arrived. We both landed.
Incredible, bro. You got the juice, huh? So next question for you, brother, right, is culture. So is Indonesia a conservative culture? Is it a liberal culture, or is it a mixture of both? Break it down for me, bro.
Man, to be honest, I came here because I'm from the States, and I thought maybe let me come out here because I'm tired of people drinking and smoking and all that stuff that used vaping all the time. But yeah, I mean, it's creeping in here as well. Like, I thought this place was conservative, but like a lot of the stuff, I guess like the media, Netflix, and all that stuff is spreading because a lot of girls here vape, a lot of people vape, a lot of people do all that same stuff. Super revealing clothes, crop tops. It's not as conservative as it used to be. Like, I barely see hijabs. I don't know, maybe because Jakarta's just like that now, but yeah, I barely even see women that are, and even if you see women that wear hijab and they're covered up, some of them are still doing things. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, like I met a woman that was wearing hijab and then she told me that she still drinks alcohol. So it's just like it's not as conservative as it used to be. But I will say this: you could still find that obviously more of that here because there's just so many more Muslims here. So you will obviously find more conservative people and conservative, but at the same time, a lot of liberal stuff and a lot of like stuff we're trying to get away from the States is coming here too.
No way, flipping heck. But
Yeah.
do you blame Netflix and Instagram and all that social media
I do.
nonsense?
I blame TikTok and Instagram because almost every girl here has a TikTok. They always, yeah, almost every girl here has a TikTok. Like so many girls here do TikToks, watch TikTok all day, Instagram feeds, and I feel like they just copy what they see. And I had an issue with that in the States with my girls there, my Asian girls there, and it seems to be a thing with Asian girls here as well. I did say this. I'm not gonna say represent everybody because I did have a few girls that were better that were not into all that, but most of the girls that I had here were all into that, all that stuff, all into that social media, all into that, all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So, so you were in two big cities, right? Would you
hmm
say that outside of those two big cities, right, in the smaller towns, villages, that'd be less of a problem?
I'm not sure because some of the girls I met were from villages, and then they come out to these big cities. But maybe, hey, maybe they got inspired. You know how that is, though. Sometimes you leave your conservative place and you come to a more liberal place, and you get inspired by that. So they probably could have been more like better in their own cities. But at the same time, so I'm Muslim, right? And the problem I have here, I don't drink, I don't smoke, right? And I pray, right? But the Muslims here, like a lot of them still drink and they smoke. So they just say they're Muslim, but they don't like they do these things that Muslims shouldn't be doing. So that's the thing about it. So it's like at the same time, it's like I don't know, like this. I feel like there's just like they're not really. A lot of them are just doing all these things, like all this stuff that they should not be really be doing. And it's just like yeah, it's crazy to be honest. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. So next question for you, Barbara. Right, but you would say that it's still more conservative than America.
It's still more obviously because you have a lot more Muslims here and a lot more conservativeness here for sure. But like I said, like no one forces you to be conservative here. There's no standard. You know how some countries have a standard? Like I bet like in Pakistan you have a standard. You have to do something like you're not just gonna freely like it's like some countries like you have like society's gonna tell you have to cover your hair. You have to do this. Indonesia's not like that. If you don't want to cover your hair, you can do what you want to do. If you want to drink, you can do what you do. Like they don't force anyone to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So like you're free to do whatever, and freedom's good, but at the same time, sometimes you know what that means. that's what allows
Mm.
people to, do what they want to do, and sometimes not good.
Facts, bro. So, brother, so speak to me, brother, about lifestyle. So, in your time in Indonesia, what kind of lifestyle were you living there, brother?
I lived a good lifestyle. Like I said, if you $200 to $300 a month is how much most Indonesians make, right? So if you make 1,600 to 1,800 like me, like every month, like just off of my other income, then yeah, because like I have like a military income, so like every month I get paid, right? So yeah, that was just enough. That was just enough. Like I was living really good. My salary was like five, six, what, 5, 6 times their salary. So yeah, I lived a really good lifestyle. I had a nice accommodation, a nice pool. Every day I just go to the mall, every day and eat really good. Yeah, every day.
Amazing, brother. And brother, what kind of lifestyle is the average Indonesian living, brother, in Indonesia?
Most Indonesians are living like paycheck to paycheck, like paycheck to paycheck. And yeah, struggling, a lot of times, sometimes you'd be friends with guys and they'd be like, oh, like I need some help. Like I barely have any food. Can you please help me? So that's another reason why I didn't like to have a lot of guy friends, because a lot of times when I try to be their friend, something always comes up about money. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time. Like, oh, can you cover me because I have this salary and my salary is not until this date, and stuff like that. So it's yeah, people struggle. But I will say at the same time, there is wealth too. Like I said, there is wealth. Like I could get into that later, but yeah, there was a situation I had where like I almost got into a wealthy family pretty much. But yeah, I'll get into that later when you hit the women section. But um, there is wealth. Some people do have money. Some people do have money, but for the most part, people struggle.
Brother, was there a situation where you actually paid for someone's bills in Indonesia?
Um, I mean, I'm not a liar. So one time a girl lied to me. Um, she was very beautiful though. She was gorgeous. She was a nurse. So I was like, you know what? Since she's a nurse, like I can trust. She was tall too. She's like 5'8", slim, thick, like curvy, like no stomach at all, like beautiful, gorgeous. And I remember like I was with her, and then I was in her apartment, and then she's like, "Hey, like, can you please like borrow me like just a little bit of money because like my salary is not until this date." And I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't trust most Indonesians, but because she's a nurse, I see her profile, I know her like her life, like I see she's a nurse, so like I know I'm gonna get the money back. But at the same time, like I also stopped seeing her because when I went to her apartment, I'm not OCD, but I'm very clean. So like when I went to her apartment, I saw dishes stacked on each other with like fish bones like on the dishes, and I saw insects on the plates. And I'm like, you don't wash your dishes? You leave dishes overnight? And in her bed, like there was no bed sheets. I'm like, what are you looking like an animal? Like outside, if you see this girl, she's a 9, but in the house, like, but in the house, she's so dirty. I'm like, so I told her, I said, hey, I don't want to see you anymore. I said, hey, I'm sorry, but like, I don't think I can see you. So I think she didn't give me my money back because I didn't want to see her anymore. So she was actually, I think if I stayed with her as her couple, like what she wanted me to do as her boyfriend, she would have given my money back. But because maybe I kind of like left her and she kind of felt some type of way, and I wasn't gonna force the issue. So I just, yeah, it was like $60. So I just, whatever. You want to steal, you want to like lie to me about your salary and it's not your paycheck yet, and you want to cover just because I don't like you anymore. Okay, he's cool. Whatever, he's cool.
So, brother, so you told her directly that she's dirty.
I didn't tell her she's dirty, but I just said, hey, I said when I got home, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, but like, I don't think I can see you anymore. I didn't want to like, because I did that before in the past. I didn't want to like hurt somebody's feelings, so like that's what I said.
Did you tell her why?
No, I didn't tell her why, because it's self-explanatory. Come on, we're not animals. Like, you shouldn't be living like that. Shouldn't be living like that.
Damn.
I shouldn't have to tell you, hey, where's your bed sheets? And you have to go get some bed sheets and put on the bed sheets before I even lay down in the bed. You should have bed sheets laying down, a clean bed, organized bed, blankets folded. Like, come on, what are you doing?
Flipping heck, bro. So, brother, so you just dumped her without telling her the reason. You just told her, so,
Instantly.
flipping heck, bro.
Experienced it, and I left.
Brother, in person or over WhatsApp? You dumped her.
I left her house, and then I got home and I texted her and I was like, yeah, sorry, I can't do this anymore.
Oh wow. Flipping heck. I remember you borrowed her $60. 60.
I know I borrowed her $60, but I was like, you know what? Like, it is what it is.
What she need that for though? Because that's quite a lot in Indonesia. What would she need that for?
Yeah, which is like 1 million rupiah. She said that her paycheck was not here yet, so said she's hungry. She doesn't. Her paycheck is not here yet, so she just wants to borrow, some. And then when she gets paid, she'll give back to me. But after I'm sure, like if I stayed with her, she would give back to me. But you know how girls are. Like if you leave them, they feel some type of way. So it's cool. I wasn't stressing about it.
Facts, bro. And I want to make a point here, right? And brothers need to realize that a lot of these so-called, dimes, right? 9s and 10s, right? They're some of them are actually dirty. I'll keep it real with
Mhm.
you, brothers.
Mhm.
Some of them you go to their actual bedroom, you see their clothes all on the floor, you
Mhm.
see you see pads everywhere, trying to keep it PG here. You see just filthiness, brothers, right? Room smells, food, plates everywhere. I'll be real with you, brothers. So that's why a lot of dudes, right, gotta stop worshipping chicks.
Mhm.
Stop worshipping them, bruv. You know, and some chicks may not even wipe themselves properly. I mean, just keeping it PG here, you know, and then you check it, you do the deed, and something odd smells. Trying to keep it PG here. So I'm saying, brothers, right? Stop worshiping women. All right, stop it. Once you stop worshiping women, things are a lot more clearer. Women are they're human beings. They ain't goddesses. They ain't deities, right? They're human beings, right? Some chicks are literally filthy and dirty, right?
Filthy.
So do your vetting, and so yeah. Sorry, go on, Mr. Patron. I'm sure that was a horrible experience for you, right?
Oh no, that was not the first time. I mean, because my second ever Chinese girl that I ever had, like she was from Guangzhou, China, and she was an exchange student in America, and then she was pretty much working IT, and yeah, she was the same thing. So I went to her house, and she was so beautiful outside, but in her house, like it was a mess. So I had already experienced, a beautiful woman before, like that was filthy. So, and it was nothing. And and her actually sent her a whole message about it, and yeah, but yeah, so I had experienced that before, where a girl could be the most beautiful girl you've seen outside the streets, but you see her in her house and it's like, damn, like what are you doing? Yeah,
How did she take it when you told her she was her whole house was dirty?
the Chinese girl or the Indonesian girl? The Chinese girl, right?
The Chinese chick. Mm,
Oh, the Chinese chick was actually really reasonable.
yeah.
Yeah, she was very reasonable. She understood because I was washing her. I was washing her toilets. I was scrubbing her because I saw something that was like dried. It was all like all these little black dots on her toilet seat. But then I kept scrubbing hard, and it became red. Oh shoot, that's actually dried blood. I was like, ugh. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so dirty. And I actually had to let her know about it. And yeah, but she took it. She took it actually well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She took it well. I think she took it well. But after that, she never let me back in her apartment. She always came to my apartment. She never let me back to her apartment. Yeah, yeah. She always came to mine.
Oh my gosh, yo, dude, brother, stop worshipping chicks. All right, so Jesus Christ. All right, so brother, next question for you, brother, is language, right? So
Mhm.
what kind of language is acceptable there? So do you speak English there, or do I have to learn Indonesian?
You got to learn a little bit Indonesian. But I speak English. But like I said, I've always been good at languages. I speak French. I speak Spanish like fluently. I speak a little bit of German, Polish. So yeah, I learned Indonesian. I can speak conversationally. But yeah, English is cool. Most of the Chinese Indonesians, Chindos, they speak English, and some of the Indonesians speak it as well. Typically, younger people know a little bit. But like I said, like if you're not someone that approaches a lot of people, you're gonna run into the people that don't know how to speak English. So you got to be the type of guy that can really approach people or meet people, because you will, if you keep approaching people, you'll meet the people that can speak English, and so you can actually conversate. Yeah, yeah. Because otherwise, like you'll be in situations where you have a girl and you're always translating on your phone. Every time you want to talk to her, you got to use your phone. But the reason why I got girls that spoke English is because I was able to keep approaching girls, and then I found some girls that actually do speak English. So you just got to keep approaching.
Okay, and brother, so do the Papa people speak English?
Some do, some don't. Some do, some don't.
Okay, awesome. Shout out to Terrell Boxy for the support. Appreciate you, brother. Damn, this is good. Thank you for the support, brother. Yes, indeed, this is a classic stream. Much appreciated, bro. So next question for you, brother, is now weather. So how is the weather like, brother, in Indonesia?
I arrived in February, right after Las Vegas. So it was raining every day. It was raining every day for like 3 hours. Like it would rain, like, and it rained on time too. It would rain specifically at like from like 12 to 3. And then after that, like from 4 to like 9, you're good. And then like the longer I stayed, the weather started to change. But it was raining at that time. So that this is a raining season and it's a dry season. That's it. They don't got no snow. They ain't got none of that stuff. So there's rainy season, dry season. That's it.
Okay. Awesome.
Very
Awesome,
hot,
bro.
very hot, very hot, very hot. Like you can wear shorts every day, shorts every day. And you know, Australians always wear flip flops, and like so people always, you know, people always wear flip flops. You know, a lot of people always wear flip flops. People wear flip flops here, like because it's hot. It's really hot.
Do you use sunscreen over there quite a lot, brother?
I don't because you know, like I'm black, so I think we have melanin, right? So I think melanin protects us from the heat. So I never really use sunscreen or anything like that. Yeah,
Okay.
but that's because I'm
So
never out that long. I'm always in the mall. I just go to the mall.
okay. So next question for you, brother, right, is whether sorry, is the nightlife, brother. So break down the Indonesian nightlife, brother. The good, the bad, the
I'm
ugly,
gonna
the music they
be
play. Go
I'm
on.
gonna be quite honest with you. This is the only country that I never went to a club. Because most
Mm,
of the time when I go to countries, I'm here to, you know, eat good food, travel, meet people, meet women. So if you, so I'm the type of guy I don't like nightclubs. If you ever seen me in a nightclub, like and I'm smiling was because I was there because in America, like you kind of have to go to nightclubs sometimes if you want to meet girls. Like you can day game in America, but like night game in America is good because a lot of baddies go there. But in Indonesia, Indonesia is the one place, bro. Even in Seoul, I went to the nightclub, but here I've never been to a nightclub in Indonesia because I had so much success meeting women in malls in daytime that I never even had to go to a nightclub. And because me, when I go to a nightclub, I'm going for women. I'm not there to dance. I'm not there to, you know, I'm not here for just music. I'm just there to meet women. So because I always met girls outside, I never had a reason to go to a nightclub.
so, brother, also no bars too.
I never went to anything. Like I said, because I just go for women. So I was meeting so many women at the mall that I never had a reason to check out a bar or nightclub. So I have no clue what the night scene is like. Yeah, but I've heard stuff. I've heard stuff though. I've heard it is cool. I heard it is chill. You know, I've been invited multiple times, but I just never had to because like I always had girls. So I'm not gonna go to a nightclub where girls are drinking and all this stuff when I already have girls already.
Awesome, awesome, bro. So, shout out to Jay Bones again for the support. Appreciate you, brother. I went with my girlfriend to Singapore for the wedding, but I can confirm they check for brothers, Japanese, Malay, Indo, Filipinas, all checking. Let's go. Fantastic, fantastic. Damn. Best part about Singapore, the Asian chicks have dollars. Oh, okay.
They're rich,
So
yeah,
Singapore, and the chicken for brothers too. Okay,
and they
thank
speak
you,
English.
Jabo. Okay, wow, fantastic, fantastic. Mr. A. Muhammad, have you been there, bro, yourself? Let me know in the chat, brother. So next question for you, bro, is now in terms of internet connection there in Indonesia. I'm an IT bro, and I'm encouraging brothers to get into IT. Brothers, make sure you join my Python course coming at the end of this month, where I start teaching. Join my Python course. IT will give you freedom. But how's the internet connection there in Indonesia?
It depends on where you decide to rent. I'll say this before you rent any property, make sure you read. Make sure you read and ask the host what type of speed they use. Because it could either be a good connection or it could be the worst connection in your life.
Mm, interesting, bro. Fantastic. Okay. So next question for you, brother. Right. So tell me your favorite city out of both cities you went to, and tell me why.
So I've only oh my bad, I forgot. I went to Bandung too. So I went to Bandung. Bandung is the Paris of of Indonesia. They call it the Paris of Indonesia, because it's a romantic city and that's where like is known to have the prettiest girls between Bandung and Bogor. So I've been to Bandung and I've been to Jakarta and I've been to BSD and I've been to Tangerang. Out of all those cities, what was my favorite city? Um, Probably Jakarta. Because it's obviously a lot more to do, a lot more going on.
Okay, Bandung. So Bandung.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bandung. That's known as the Paris of Indonesia. So like, and by the way, they're checking for brothers there too, because I remember I already had a baddie. My girl was pretty pretty, but when I went there, I went there by myself to the mall waiting for her, and yeah, I had eye contact from girls right away. I had beautiful slim thick girl eyeing me up and down in a beautiful dress, and I just didn't want to get her number because I'm like, damn, like what if my girl catches me before she shows up? But yeah, it did. It was good. There's not a lot of brothers over there. Not that. There's not a lot of brothers over there.
Amazing, amazing. So before I go on to the next question, right, brothers, you can see on the chat, okay? I took IP's Python course. It's a great intro into the programming world. It opened my eyes. Brothers, the way I teach Python is like no other, okay? Right? The benefits of being in my Python course, networking, being amongst your peers, being taught by me interactively via Zoom, intel and travel intel on the Patreon. I'm giving you all the stocks, travel, and crypto intel on the Patreon alongside me teaching brothers every week on Python. So you're getting value upon value. Okay, right. Here's my former student accountability. Also send me a DM on IG, brother. I definitely want to do a stream with you and other brothers about the Python course coming very soon. I want you to be a part of that stream, brother. But brothers, you gotta join the Python course because IT will give you freedom, right? IT will give you freedom and get you out the matrix. It's up to you, brothers. We got over 130 people watching. Yeah, I need to join the Python course before all the spaces fill up, and it will fill up like it always does. Okay, don't miss out on this opportunity. Go on the Patreon right now. I'm posting the link. Okay, go on the Patreon and join the Python course. I want to see you, brothers, free. Okay, let's get free, brothers. Let's get free. Awesome. So next question for you, brother. Okay, is a shout out to accountability. Appreciate you, brother. You were definitely a great student. I had the pleasure teaching you. So okay, brother, tell me the good and bad parts of each city you went to in Indonesia, starting from Bandung, to BSD and the other cities, brother. Tell me the good and bad things about each city.
Okay, Jakarta is good. I'd say is this the problem with Jakarta is that there's too much traffic, and because there's too much traffic, there's just way too much damn pollution. There's just way too much pollution. So that's the reason why, like when I went back to Indonesia this time, I did not go to Jakarta, and plus I was trying to avoid my ex. Tangerang, Tangerang's good because it's more open. So it's next to the airport. You can breathe. It's not as much pollution. And then BSD is pretty much just Tangerang. BSD is just a smaller city that's close to Tangerang, and it's like a smaller town. Small town vibe. There's the mall. The biggest mall is called Aeon Mall, and then it's like yeah. So it's just a different. It's a chill vibe. Um, I liked how BSD and Tangerang just had less traffic. Better air, less pollution. You could breathe. But I would say this: the letdown was that in Jakarta, there was a lot of pretty girls, right? Because there's a lot of people, So whenever there's going to be a lot of people, that's going to be also gives me a lot more women, right? So I feel like in Jakarta, I didn't have to look as hard to find because I'm very specific. If it's not an 8 or up, or I'm not going to talk to you. So like I didn't have that problem in Jakarta, but in Tangerang, sometimes I could walk in the mall for a long time because I feel like I didn't see my quality what I'm looking for. But yeah, I like the peacefulness. I like how we can get around easily. Sidewalks a little bit better. I feel like in Tangerang as well, and because like it's a smaller town. But overall, sidewalks in Indonesia are not good. Bandung is really bad. Worst sidewalks I've seen in my life. Sidewalks are horrible. Um, Bandung's very hilly, so because it's on a hill, so it feels like a different vibe over there. It reminds me of like Seattle, where I used to live, in Portland. A lot of hills, like so. Yeah, Bandung is really hilly. A lot of traffic as well. But yeah, traffic is gonna be everywhere. But yeah, Jakarta is the worst though. But yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, bro. Fantastic. Fantastic. So, next question for you, brother, is so overall, what's your rating for Indonesia out of 10? And tell me why. Is it 8 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10? Break it down for me, brother.
Indonesia is still gonna get is gonna get overall like everything.
Yes.
I mean, if I have to say cost of living as well, and then like potential to have a pretty girl and live comfortably, I'll say 8.
Okay. Awesome, bro. Awesome. So that's the first part of this stream done, brother. And now I want to speak about the woman part, brother. So I say my so I'm gonna ask you a very important question, brother,
All right.
Mr. Tron, okay? Mr. Patron, I'm gonna say to you, brother, personally, man to man, that it's probably the most important question in the history of mankind, brother. Okay? It's a question, brother, that has transcended through centuries from the very beginning of inception on the creation of planet Earth by God Almighty. Okay? It's a question, brother, okay, that is so well known that even aliens in outer space that live in Jupiter, Mars, and Pluto and Saturn are even aware of this question, brother. It's a question, brother, so pure and potent it can turn water into wine and vice versa. It's a question so powerful, brother, it can cause tsunamis, earthquakes, and volcanoes, brother. Okay?
Yeah.
And brother, it's a question so elegant and a question so poised. Okay, it can, it can revive deleted people into life, brother. Okay, this question is, brother, right? Are the women in Indonesia, my brother, checking heavy, brother, for black men and passport bros, brother? Break it down for me, brother. Go on, brother.
Brother, I will give you the most honest answer to your question. Are you ready?
Break it down, brother. Break it down, bruv.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay.
I'm not here to lie. Like I said, yeah, I'm just gonna break it down. It depends. Like I said, Indonesia's not for every man. Indonesia's for the guy that doesn't care about rejection. Indonesia, because like I said, I saw other brothers here fail on their butt, like fall on their butt, fail, because they were not the type of brothers that approach women. You can't be a brother that's just gonna lay in your bed and be on Bumble. You can't be the type of brother that's just gonna lay in your bed and be on Tinder. You can't be the type of brother that's just gonna go to a nightclub and expect to meet women. Like, you gotta be the type of brother that comes here that knows how to not be phased by rejection, because like you will get rejection. But this is the thing: if you're the type of brother that can face rejection, you will win here. You will win here because, like I said, like some things happen here that don't happen in other places. For instance, like I went to the mall. I had a girl pull out a chair for me. Like, okay, can you imagine you go to the UK or United States, you go to Sephora, and then you see the prettiest girl working in Sephora, and she tells you, hey, let me go grab a chair for you so you can sit down and talk to me while I work. That's what happened to me in Indonesia. I had girls take chairs out for me, and in the mall with people walking at work, like at popular stores, and tell me, I want to talk to you while I'm working. So like you can get showed love to the max here, like things that would never happen to you in the States. Like I said, you go in the store, all these girls are surrounding you, asking you for photos. But like I said, that's only if you know how to dress the right way, right? You get a haircut every week, you have your hygiene on point, right? You're in shape, you have abs, right? You have a good physique, right? If you have those things, you're gonna get attention. Because I've been on both ends. I've been the guy that was fat, I've been the slob, and it was not that good. I've been like, I see how women treated me that before. I changed my whole life around. So like if you get in shape and you look good, you have a six pack, you have muscles, you have whatever, all those things, you're gonna get attention. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get it. You smell good, you're gonna get attention. So like I said, I've been to the mall, girls surrounding me. Can you please, let's take a photo of you? I put my arm around a girl to take a photo. She literally fell into me. I thought she was about to faint. Like some stuff like yeah, you could get showed some crazy love here. Like they can see you like they've never seen a black person. Like they're in awe of you. Like they want to be with you. They want to be around you. You can have that type of love, and then you could also have, like I said, where you can approach a girl and they could look at you like an alien, like, and walk away. And if you let that hurt you, you're not going to be able to last here. So yeah, you got to have the energy and the courage to keep going forward.
Wow. So let me ask you, brother, right? So obviously Indonesia racially diverse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Malays, so your ethnic Indonesians, Chinese Indonesians, Papau, all that stuff, right? Out of all the races of women there in Indonesia, who gives you as a brother the most love, or who gives black men the most love, and tell us why?
Indonesian and Papua. I'll be honest. Papua girls were always looking at me. I just never like tried one. Like I never tried talking. But Papuas, when they see you, they always smile at you. Like they look at you like in such a sweet, such a sweet, shy way. You know, the Papua girls. Oh, and Papua girls can be pretty too. They have like long. Their hair is like not. They have long hair. Their hair is like it's a different texture. You know, they have like straight like yeah, they're cute. They have like nice eyebrows, like thick eyebrows. It's almost like it reminds me of a Colombian black woman. You know, how Colombian sisters look like they have long eyelashes, thick eyebrows, but they have the black skin. Papuas are like that. So they look exotic, like an exotic black woman. But yeah, I think the Papua woman and the Indonesian woman show you the most love between those two.
Okay, so Chinese women, what's going on with them, brother, in Indonesia? Is it racial hatred towards against black men? That's why they're not checking,
Man,
or something else happening?
I think it's their parents, because a lot of the times I'll have a Chinese girl look at me like she wants me, you know. But then, okay, I'm gonna be quite honest. There was a phase when I first arrived to Indonesia. I was like, I'll approach anybody. I don't care what you look like, Chinese, Indonesian, Papua. Like, I never tried Papua, but Indonesian and Chinese, I was approaching them all day, all day. I was getting so many Instagrams from Chinese girls all the time. But it's like when it's time to meet up, like they back out. And they're the only ones that do that. Like the Chinese girls like us, but then it's like when it's time to actually do something, they won't do it. Like you'll get like I've been on an instant date where I met a girl, a Chinese girl. I sat down with her, and then we walked around, and then like, and but it's that after that first time that you see them, it's hard to see them again. It's hard to see them again. The only time I've only been with a Chinese, I've only had a Chinese girl in my bedroom in Indonesia twice. In 7 months, I only had a Chinese girl in my bedroom twice, and I only was intimate with one of them. One of them, she was limiting things. She was very pretty, by the way. She was limiting things. Oh, like let's just eat food, right? Okay, like please don't do anything, try anything. Like she was already setting limits before I can even like. I'm like I don't want to like try something because like I know how it is over here. It's like but she was already setting limits on me. Like so I'm like okay, you know what? So like we got McDonald's and we're eating in my bed, and then after that, like that was it. Like she was like, oh, I will cook for you. I can make nasi goreng for you. Da, 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 da. So yeah, I've only had a really limited experience with Chinese girls. Otherwise, I've been on plenty of dates with Chinese girls. But it's like, but that's because I kept trying. Maybe I approached like 30 or 40 of them. Like I was approaching them all the time. So it's like they don't let you get to the next level for the most part. Like I said, I've only been to the next level with them like once, like all the way. Yeah.
So let me ask you, brother. Right. So, what about women who are not Indonesian, like foreign women there, Japanese chicks, Korean chicks, white women? Are they there in Indonesia, and are they showing you love?
Oh yeah, I met a Filipina girls here, and they were very pretty, like models looking. Yeah, and yeah, they were nice, but she had to but she was, you know how those girls are, like tens and nines, too much ego, playing hard to get. But yeah, I've met Filipinos here. I've met what else have I met here? I think besides those Filipino girls, have I met anybody else? You will see a occasional. Oh, I met a German girl. She was a teacher. She was teaching at a university here. Yeah, and we went on a date too. So yeah, I met a German girl one time. I met some Filipino girls, and yeah. So besides the German girl and the Filipino girls, like that's all I've met. Everyone else, they were from Indonesia.
So, a side note here, right? Indonesia obviously is a very popular tourist destination for white people, particularly like Australians, New Zealand people. Did you have any problems with them? Were they racist towards you?
No, because like I said, I'm the type of person, like if I hear a language, like to speak in German, I was spoken to Deutsch, yeah, spoken to Deutsch, like oh you speak German, or like they speak Russian, oh katala, parasho. So I know bits of every language, so that always helps me break the ice with people from different places, no matter where I go. So like, but I will say that sometimes the white guys could just like act like they don't see you, maybe because they know that you're also here for they're in competition with you. But then sometimes like they also like how people are. Sometimes they show you love, sometimes they don't. But I don't chase people's attention. I don't chase people's friendships at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. That's not what I'm here. I'm just here to meet women. I'm just here to live my life. I'm saying so. But yeah, some people are nice to you. Some foreigners were cool. Some foreigners are not. You know what I'm saying? It just depends.
Okay, brother. So brother. So break down the body type of Indonesian women, brother.
Oh
You know,
my
are they
god.
slim, thick?
My
Are they skinny? Are
gosh.
they curvy? Break it down, for
Oh
me,
my
brother.
gosh, bro. You know why I came back to this country? Because I came here last September, and this place is the first time in my life that I've seen Asian women shaped like Colombian women. Bro, like the Asian girls in Indonesia have some big like thing back, like oh my gosh, the good junk back, junk in a trunk, thicker than cornbread, bro, thicker than cornbread, like curvy, bro. Have you ever seen a Chinese girl with a big butt? Like have you ever seen that before?
Never.
Indonesia, bro. You'll see in like Asian girls with wagons, dump trucks, bro. Oh my gosh, like that's why I came back. Cause I'm like, man, I've never been to a country that has Asian women with big butts, bro. And here I'm in Malaysia right now. It's the same thing. You will see Asian women with big butts, like, and because I've been to Korea, they're skinny. I've been to Indonesia, like Japan, they're skinny. You know, I mean, in America, typically most of the Asian girls that I had were pretty thin. But oh my gosh, Indonesia, oh my gosh, the Asian girls here are curvy, like curvy. They got the curves, bro. They got the curves. They got it.
Flipping heck, that's
Flipping
insane,
heck,
bro.
insane. Yes, flipping heck, insane. If any brother comes here, they'll know what I'm talking about. They girls here have big juicy things back there. I don't want to talk too much about it because I love that stuff.
Is that a common thing, or is that like
Common, it's
like
common. You see it all the time. You see girl 50-50. And guess what? Um, that's not what's popular here. So a lot of the times you'll see girls with big butts with guys that are like so skinny, guys that are like ugly. Because like if you're curvy here, that's not like what the guys want here. So most of the time you'll see, and I'm not talking about like chubby curvy. I'm talking about curvy like slim, thick, no stomach, like big booties. Like a lot of the times like you will see them like like because not every guy can handle that. A lot of Asian men are small, right? So they don't like girls that have so much junk in the trunk. Sometimes you'll see some guys that like that stuff, but yeah, but a lot of times, yeah, you see a lot of those girls, and they're available. They're available. Yeah, they're available.
that? Interesting, interesting. So, okay,
My first Chinese girl was one of those types, by the way. The first Chinese Indonesian girl that I was able to have here, yeah, she had a big butt. She had a big butt, and that's why I approached her too. I saw her walking in a dress, and I followed her, and I went up to her and I started talking to her.
so, brother, do you think that dark skinned black men can do well in Indonesia, or is it a light skinned black man's game?
um, that's a good question. Like I said, I did see one time I did see a dark skinned black brother with a Chinese Indonesian with a baby, right? So, but I will be honest with you, that's an anomaly. That's an anomaly. Like most of the time, like they're gonna reject you. So like yeah. So I will say this: if you're a dark skinned black brother and you have muscles and you're handsome, then yeah, obviously if you look like Dwayne Wade or something, yeah, you'll be just fine. You know what I'm saying, like you'll be all right. Yeah, Dwayne Wade is dark skin, right? But he's handsome, right? So if you look like a Dwayne Wade type of brother, like what I'm saying, you'll be all right. You have muscles, you're tall, you'll be all right.
Okay, so, but do you think they're colorist though, Indonesians?
Hmm?
Do you think they're colorist people, colorist?
Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. Some people look down on the dark. You know what it is though? The Chinese people bring that stuff with them. They bring that racism with them, and they. I you know what? I have a good story about this. You know how I told you that one of my girls, a few of my girls, but one of my girls I used to pull out a chair for me. I had more than one. So I used to go to her job. I used to go to two different jobs, by the way, and sit down at their jobs. One of my girls that I used to sit with her while she's working. One time I was at her job, and she works at a makeup shop, right? So one time, pretty much like this older Chinese woman told her, like she told me afterwards. She's like, "Hey, Amara," she said, "Mr. Patron, like I have a thing for you. This older Chinese woman that's here. She just told me that why do you have a black man in here? Like she said, why are you hanging around a black man?" So yeah,
Oh,
so what that tells me is that that's what they do. They tell Indonesian people to stay away from us. They that we're not. But like I said, I'm not gonna judge every single Chinese person because, like I said, I've met some. I've experienced some, but yeah, but some of them do that racist stuff. They bring it with them. They take it with them from China and they bring it over here and they, and they corrupt people and make people think that dark skin is not cool. But like I said, there's gonna be people that show you love as well, so it doesn't matter.
Flipping heck. I don't like. Let me keep my anger in check. Let me keep it in check. So next question for you, brother, right?
And by the way, she told that woman off. My girl told that woman off at the time. She said, like, don't do that. Like, don't say that about him. She told the customer off.
Was your girl Chinese?
No, she was Malayu. Very pretty. She's from Palembang. She was like she wasn't Chinese, but she was like a lighter skinned Indonesian girl, and she was very pretty, by the way, too. She was she had like yeah, she was just a pretty girl. Yeah. But she was from a different city though, a different island. She was from Palembang. It's a different island.
Okay. So, brother, in your opinion, right, can we find wifey in Indonesia?
You can. I've almost gotten married a few times. Like when I say not married, I mean like engaged, or proposed. A girl's telling me, hey, like you want to marry me, like at least 5 times, at least. And to be honest with you, a part of my trip was to find someone. A part of my trip, like, don't get me wrong, I was here to see if I can find someone that I could be with. Because like I told you from the beginning, like I am Muslim, so like this is a Muslim country, right? So like I like Asian women and the Asian women that believe in what I believe in, and so it's like it makes more sense. So that's why I came here. But it's like as a Muslim man, like I said, like I saw some girls drinking, like some girls smoking. I did find some that don't drink. Some Muslim women with tattoos, like. It's like what is this? Like I don't have tattoos. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Like the only thing you can say about me is maybe like I'm not innocent. But aside from that, like I don't like I practice. I do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? I'm caring. All those attributes. So when I find a woman or a future wife, like I have to see like all those. Like a woman that's motherly, a woman that's all the right attributes. So yeah. Yeah. There's like I said, there's good women here, and like I said, like you can find wifey here. Like I said, if I wanted to get married, I had multiple opportunities to get married here. I'm just looking for the right one. I'm not just gonna marry anybody, and I'm not gonna. And I will be honest. Some of the girls that I didn't marry here in America, I would have married them because there's just so many options here. So I got spoiled by the fact that there's just so many beautiful women to choose from, and I got too picky. For instance, there was a girl named Sarah that I chose that I turned down, and Sarah was a curvy woman, like 5'3", no stomach, big booty, like every time I saw her, it was the best of the best. Like she's just like she has it. But I was thinking maybe she's a little bit too immature, and I was thinking maybe what, like I can do. And maybe she was like a 8. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, what, I can do better. I can get a 9, right? I can get a 10. So if I didn't end up with someone, it's because I kept being more picky and wanting more. Yeah, but you can find wifey here.
Okay. And brother, what makes some wifey? What attributes do they have that makes them wifey?
Okay, so for instance, Sarah, the reason why I just said she was wifey, she laid on the floor. So I'm laying in my bed and she laid on the floor. Like, she respected me that much that when I said, hey, why are you on the floor? She's like, oh, I'm waiting for you to let me know if I can lay in bed with you. Like, bro, an American woman, man, you better move over. I'm about to get in that bed. I'm about to get in that bed too. Like, what you doing? Like, I'm not no animal. I'm not no cat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's normal. Like, bro, this Indonesian girl laid on the floor. She laid on the floor out of respect for me and didn't, like, on the carpet, and didn't get in bed until I told her. I said, why are you on the floor? I said, oh, I just don't want to, like, I just want to make sure you're fine first before I can get in bed with you. I said, man, get in this bed with your big booty. She had such a fat, bro. She had such a fat booty. Oh my gosh, such a fat, like so juiced, like oh my. I'm gonna keep it in line. If you can't tell, I'm a curvy guy. Like I like curves.
Wow.
But yeah, she respected me so much. She respected me.
So. So how do we find wifey? Are there certain spots we go to? Is it through friends? Is it through friendship? How do we find wifey in Indonesia?
You find wifey by approaching a lot of women and then texting a lot of women at the same time, and then spending time with them and comparing them. and then seeing what's on their mind. Are they a woman that's just about money? Are they a woman that's about, like, future? Are they ready for marriage? Right? Because some girls I met here, a lot of girls are pretty, but they'll tell you, oh, I'm not ready for marriage until I'm 27, or I'm not ready for marriage until I finish all this other stuff, all the school, and I'll finish working first. They'll make up all the excuses in the world before they think about marriage. So you find wifey by, number one, approaching a lot of women, having a lot of numbers in your phone, and then talking to all those girls, spending time with them, and then seeing what their attributes are. Are they willing to improve? For instance, like the Sarah girl, she told me that, hey, like, if you don't like something about me, let me know and I'll change that for you. Like, if you hear a girl telling you stuff like that, then that's the type of girl you could actually see yourself with. A woman that's open to improvement, a woman that's not stuck in her ways, not stuck in her ego, willing to adapt to be the type of woman that that you want and a wife, you want in a future wife. And I had another woman like that, like, I'll call her R, but same thing with R. She as well, she told me, hey, like, and I'm ready for you, like, she was a virgin, like, she stays away from men. She doesn't really like entertain men like that. She told me, hey, like, like, you're the type of man that I want. I'm ready, like, to go to the courthouse with you, be with you forever, marry you. So it just depends. It depends what you're looking for. If you want a woman that, just have a lot of numbers and conversate with them. Make sure that money's not on their mind. Make sure that they're not just seeing you as a wallet. If you're with a girl and initially she's always talking, oh, my bag already broke, or this already broke, can you help me buy this? Block her number right away. Like, the girls that want you, the girls that are wifey, they won't even, like, when I try to buy them something, oh no, I don't need your money. Like, or like they won't, like, or like, no, it's okay. Like, you're okay. Like, save that for when you da, da, da. They'll show you that they're not just with you because of your money. I'm saying, so, like, you just gotta, but to know those type of girls, you have to talk to a lot of girls. Because if you make the mistake and you don't have the confidence to approach women, you only have one or two numbers in your phone, and then those girls are not good, your whole trip is gonna be a waste. So, like I said, you gotta be the type of brother that can really approach women. Hey, hey, I saw you, like, where are you from? I love your style. And just keep getting numbers, rather, and then boom, and then you'll find out who's wifey, who's not wifey, and you cross them out.
So, brother, so guy friends, right?
Mm.
Was that quite common there in Indonesia, women
Oh
having
my
guy
gosh, that's the
friends?
one problem I have in Indonesia. A lot of girls have guy friends. Yeah, a lot of girls have guy friends. But the thing about it is, if you tell them about it, like, hey, I don't want you having guy friends, some will listen to you and tell you, okay, you know what, I'll get rid of them. But yeah, yeah, a lot of girls have guy friends are very common here. But I will say this: if a girl gets married like, or something, she'll drop all the guy friends. But yeah, it's definitely common here. Yeah.
So, brother, out of Papua, Chinese chicks, Indonesian ethnic chicks, right? Who are the best out of all three of them, brother, in your honest opinion, for black men?
Personality wise or body wise, like, or like what specifically?
Who's more compatible with black men? Who do you think goes best with
Who's the
black
most
men?
compatible?
Who's the best group of women? So in terms of, like, the best attributes, personality, humbleness, wifey in particular, who's the best out of all three of them, brother, in your opinion?
Well, I can't say much about Papua, but to be honest, I kind of wish I did, like, the few times that Papua girls, like, eyed me and smiled at me. I kind of wish that I talked, because they had such an innocent smile that I feel like they were good women. I could tell they were good women, even though I didn't like. But my experience was only with Chinese Indonesians and Indonesian women, so, like, I can only really talk about them. But and what I mostly
Mhm.
seen brothers with Indonesian women. So I gotta say Indonesian women, because that's what I've mostly seen brothers with, and that's what I mostly had. Yeah, that's what I mostly had. Like I said, like, I only had one Chinese girl, intimately, and I only had one other in my bedroom. So most of the girls that I had were all Indonesian women, like Jawa, Palembang, like Sundanese, all those different, demographics. I had girls from all those different ones. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. So shout out to Mr. Dre Good for the support. Hey, what the flip? Hey, IP, what's going on here? Hey, IP, thanks for the content you provide, man. No problem, bro. Very insightful. Can you ask this man about women in Sumatra and how are the what? Batak, hold on, bro.
Batak.
Batak women in Indonesia. So two questions for you, brother. Yeah. Can you read
Yeah.
that? So
Yeah.
Sumatra,
Sumatra,
woman in
and
Sumatra.
Batra. Yeah. I know it's all. Yeah. I know some Sumatra. Sumatra girls are usually Chinese. So yeah, it's an island, and so yeah, so typically those girls are Chinese. I met a few of those girls from Sumatra, and yeah, they're pretty as well. They're curvy. Like I said, if you ever seen a Chinese girl with a behind like a black woman or behind of a Colombian woman, they got it. And I will say this though, I had women from Sumatra interested in me, but sometimes they let their friends ruin it. Like they want to be with me, but they let social society get in the way. Yeah, that's the thing I could say about Sumatra women. Otherwise, they're very beautiful women. They can cook. Cause like I've been around a few. I've known talked to them, conversed with them. Typically, they look Chinese. They're curvy, nice behinds. Yeah, it's just sometimes they let their society dictate who they can date though. That's the thing. Yeah.
And what about Patek woman?
Um, Batak woman. That one I don't really
Batak.
know. Yeah, that one I'm not really sure what that one is. Yeah, I'm not sure because I guess maybe that's a specific region, but yeah, I know Sumatra though.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, bro. Shout out to J Bones for the support. Brown skin, Asian chick, super thick, Campbell and Indo. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. This is incredible. So, brother, body count is also very
Mm,
important for us men. Preferably one with virgin
okay.
or at the very least low body count, 1, 2 max. Can we find virgin woman, brother, first and foremost in Indonesia? And can we
Yeah.
find low body count chicks in that
Yes.
country? Go on.
Yeah. Yes, and yes. Um, most of the women that I had in my life in Indonesia had a body count of 1 to 3. And there was a few of them that were actually virgins too. Yeah. hmm
Damn. And but age, were they like early 20s? Were they 24,
Um,
23?
one virgin was 18, and then one virgin was, mind you, though, I was trying to marry these women. So, like, I wasn't just trying to be out here doing that kind of stuff. Like, but yeah, one of the virgins that I knew were 18. A few of them, like, were 18. And then one was actually 20. How old was she? 26. 26. Yeah,
And a
26.
virgin.
Yeah, she had
She
tried.
was
Well, I guess
Chinese or Indonesian?
Indonesian. This is the thing. She had tried with a gentleman, but I guess it didn't work. So let's just say when it happened, in me it worked, and it's not a pretty sight. That's all I can say.
Flipping heck.
But but yeah, yeah, they're here. There's a lot of innocent. There's girls that have never been touched before. There's girls that yeah that just never been touched before for sure. They got them here.
And brother, is that quite common there? Women being virgins and having body counts. That's the more of the norm
Oh,
than having high body counts.
I'll say that 30% are virgins. Yeah, we're in
Okay,
America,
okay.
5%.
And brother,
America, what, 3%, 5% virgins? Uh, Indonesia, let me say 30% virgins, 70% are not.
okay. And brother, the nobody count 1 to 3 guys, right?
Mhm.
What age were they?
Most of them, 18 to whatever ages. Even girls that were 30, even the girls that I had that were a little bit older, only had like body counts of like 3 or 4. It's not that common. What's common here is girls having long relationships, like 3 years relationship, 5 years relationship. Like they don't really have short term relationships. So like most of the time they've only been with that guy like a lot of time, with one specific man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And brother, you asked this woman, you asked them if their body
Mhm.
count directly. What's your body count? And brother, they told you the number. They told you the number.
Yeah, I ask them directly. I always ask girls their past. I'm a very I ask girls questions. I don't play those games. Yeah, so whenever I ask them, how many men you had, or like, oh, I've only had one ex, or I've only had two ex, and I only had, and a lot of times, like a lot of those men, like they haven't even like really been with them like that. Maybe they kissed the guy, or maybe they just like, yeah, it's not like America where like a woman could sleep with a guy and then like she could just like it's just nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like over here, like Little things mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? So if a girl might really say, "Oh, I had a guy," but she means all they did was hold hands or kiss.
Mm,
She doesn't mean they actually were in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times, I was very seductive because
mm,
these girls are not used to a guy like me that can convince them. Like a lot of times they tell me, "Oh, I've never been to a man's place before," or like, "I've never been," like, "I don't know why I'm here," but that's because I'm very like sexual when I speak to a woman, like, I was like, oh my gosh, like you're like, man, this is something about you. I just love your hair. I just love the way you speak. You know what I'm saying? I love the way your hair falls back. Like, so I just really know how to get in their ears. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, like, that made them do things that, like Casanova. You know what I'm saying? Like that made them do things they didn't want to do.
so
Yeah.
let me ask this right. So in terms of what's it called? How do I put this into words? So, but it's one thing for a woman to tell you how many boyfriends she's had, right? But
Mm-hmm.
having boyfriends and the amount of guys she slept with are two different things. So have
Mm-hmm.
you asked a woman like how many times, how many different dudes have you had sex with?
Yes.
And she
Yes.
told you, brother.
Yes. And she told me. A lot of times
Damn.
it was one.
Okay.
A lot of times it was one. A lot of times it was two. A lot of times it was one. A lot of times I was the second guy. Yeah, a lot of times it was one. Yeah, a lot of times it was one. A lot of times it was two. Yeah, not much. I've been three. I've been number three a few times. I've been number two a few times. I've been number one a few times. Um, yeah, a lot of times I would ask them and they'll tell me. Yeah, like I said, my trip was a mixture. A part of me was here. I was
Wow.
looking for a love. I had a relationship a few times. I was then single again. Then I started experiencing again. I got my trip was all over the place. Almost got engaged a few times. Yeah, I was here for 6 months. So yeah, a lot happened in that time. Yeah, a lot happened in that time.
So, brother, let me ask this right. So, how was the so you're obviously a huge cold approach advocate, right? So
Mhm.
no, actually no. Aside from that, actually skip that question. Did you use any dating apps over there in Indonesia?
I had Bumble when I first arrived, but that's because I'm from America, so like I usually have a dating app in the background always. When I do my day game, I also have a dating app in the background that way I can double dip. Within the first month, I deleted it though because I made a lot of Instagram. I had a lot of Instagram followers because of Bumble, but I wasn't really meeting. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. There was a girl that kind of got me. Like she was just so pretty. She was a Chinese Indonesian girl, but she was Muslim, so she was so beautiful. Like she had the Chinese Indonesian look that I want, and then she was also Muslim at the same time, and she wore hijab. Like I was like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Like so beautiful. She's like a nine. Sweet smile, dimples. I have dimples too, so that we mix and matched. It was like so because of her, I deleted everything. I deleted Bumble. I deleted all my dating apps. I was all into her, and then she freaking switched up on me. She hurt me. Oh my gosh! Because of her, I had to get back in the game. I had to get back in the game.
Why?
She, I guess,
Why is she changing up on you, brother? Why?
I don't know. She was telling me this is like a dream. I've never met a guy like you. This is all like, you know what I'm saying? Like she was just, I'm a very poetic guy too. I like to write poems. So like she was speaking to my poetic side. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I've never met someone like you. This is a dream. Am I dreaming right now? Someone wake me up. Da, 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 da. She was just so beautiful. Oh my gosh. But yeah, she just didn't give me the time. She didn't give me the time to win her over. So after that, I was like, you know what? I'm done with Bumble. I'm done. I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna approach heavy. I'm gonna approach. And I actually met her in person though. But yeah, I deleted Bumble because I was trying to like be with her. But after that didn't work out. As you know what? Okay, you know what? I'm still here. Let me get moving. Let me get my trip going. Yeah. But yeah, she had
So
what I
Bumble
want.
was very
Hmm.
successful for you.
Bumble was
So sorry,
cool,
brother.
and
So Bumble was very successful for you.
yeah, Bumble was cool with
Oh, I think
making
there's a delay
making
here.
friends, also meeting girls too. Yeah, Bumble had a lot of like, yeah, Bumble was working, but I'd say this though, like in person, I got prettier girls though. Bumble, like all the girls were like sevens, like that were like coming to me. They're all like sevens, 6.5, sevens, and I'm not gonna deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm very picky, so I wasn't gonna do that. Yeah, but yeah, Bumble was cool to make followers
Did you
though.
get a lot of likes on Bumble?
Yes, yes, had a lot of likes on Bumble. I was getting matches every day. So every day my Instagram followers were just going up because I get the match Instagram, get the match Instagram. So before this trip, I think I was at like 1,300 followers, and then I went up like, no, maybe like 12 something. Now I'm at like 1,460. So a lot of those are from Bumble from in the beginning. Like I got maybe 100 new followers just from Bumble, probably. Yeah.
Awesome, brother. So, brother, so cold approaching, right?
Mm.
You're saying cold approach was very successful for you in Indonesia.
Best
So,
way.
can I ask, right, how you cold approach women there in Indonesia?
Very basic. I only knew 2 words. Siapa namu kamu? And what is your name? Siapa namu kamu? And then, oh, Sarah. Saya, Mr. Patron. Okay. Dari mana? Where are you from? Oh, dari Tangerang. Dari Jakarta. Oh, saya dari Amerika. Kamu WhatsApp? Kamu means you, right? So WhatsApp, like WhatsApp or Instagram. Kamu WhatsApp? Oh, aku Instagram? Boleh? Boleh means yes, right? So simple. Dari mana? Siapa nama kamu? WhatsApp, Instagram, that's it. Nothing else. Because if I get the WhatsApp or Instagram, then I can just translate with them and talk them that way. So yeah, it didn't take much. The only thing that I made sure to do was I always made sure my hygiene and my clothes were on point. That way, like I don't, that way, like they at least see what I look like in person, and in that way, like I don't have to say too much to them. You know what I'm saying? Because like they know I don't speak their language for the most part.
That's it. So when you called approach woman, right, it wasn't that you're so
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, you have nice hair. I thought I'd
Mm-hmm.
approach you. I liked what I saw
Mm-hmm.
in your dress style. You didn't say that at all.
Nope. I just say rambut kamu bagus. It means I like your hair. Rambut kamu bagus. I like your hair. Dari mana? Where are you from? Siapa namu kamu? What is your name? WhatsApp, Instagram. Kamu WhatsApp, kamu Instagram. And if she says boleh, ada, that means yes. And I just give her my phone. She puts it in. That's it. Move on to the next approach. That's it.
And then, what? And then you set the meet over WhatsApp.
Yep. You just set the meet over. Hey, when are you free? Translate. When are you free? What are your favorite hobbies? I always just say 3 things. Oh, hi, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. What are your favorite hobbies? Oh, I like da. Me, I like to play soccer. I like to play football. Da. When are you free? Let's go. Let's go get some food. Let's go get da. Boom. Set the meet. That's it.
That's it. Flipping heck, bro.
That's it.
Wow.
But like I said, brother, like how you look is
Huh.
gonna give you 90% of the 90% of the effort already. How you look when the woman sees you, like do you have abs? Do you have muscles? Do you have haircut? Do you have good hygiene? Like that's gonna do all the talking for you. So by the time you get the number, like she's already down with you. You know what I'm saying? She's already interested in you.
Amazing, brother. Amazing. So, brother, side note here: are there any black barbers there in Indonesia?
No, but the barbers are good. This one barbershop, the only number barbershop you have to know, Captain Barbershop. Captain Barbershop. They have multiple locations. They cut you just like they cut you like Arabs. I've been to Morocco. The Arab barbers are good. In America, usually the Mexican barbers are good. You know, the brothers are also good as well. But yeah, they cut you just like how you get like a haircut in the States or wherever you go to. Captain Barbershop. They're good, bro. Captain Barbershop.
And they can cut black hair.
Yep. They give you lineups, everything. I had people DMing me, oh man, you can cuts like that in Indonesia? Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah. Straight lineup, everything. Perfect.
Wow.
Fades,
So brother,
tapers. Yeah.
so, mm. So brother, are Indonesian women on average religious?
Yes. Most of the women are Muslim. Unfortunately, though, some of the women are Muslim, but like I told you, some of them drink and smoke. So, like, if I have a Muslim woman that drinks and smokes, you're only for recreational purposes, usually, like only. I'm not gonna take you seriously, cause like I don't smoke, I don't drink myself, so I'm not gonna be with a woman that smokes and drinks. So just recreational purposes only, and move on to the next. I only take the girls that don't smoke or drink seriously. But yeah, some of them are Muslim, but they drink and smoke and stuff like that. And yeah, vaping. I don't like that stuff.
Would the Muslim Indonesian woman date a Christian man?
The Christian man would have to probably revert to Islam, because like us Muslims would believe in a Muslim woman can only marry a Muslim man, but a Muslim man can marry a non-Muslim woman, like a Christian woman or a Christian woman or a Jewish woman. That's it. People of the book. They can't be atheists though. They can't be Buddhists. They can't be atheists. They have to either be Christian, Jewish, or Muslim.
Okay, interesting. Are there Christian women in Indonesia?
Yes, but I will say this: there have been some Muslim women that have still married Christian men, even though they're not supposed to. I knew a few of those stories while I was here. Um, but yeah, but there's a lot of Christian women too, and there's also a lot of Christian Indonesian women too. Some, not a lot, but some. There's a minority of Christian Indonesian women, but most of the Chinese Indonesian women are Christian. Yeah, Christian or
Wow.
Buddhist.
Interesting, brother. So, brother, I know you're a color approach guy, right? But are they
Mhm.
like, are they like, museums, parks, spots where you normally go to find women? The mall? Break it down for
Mall,
me.
mall. I 90% of the women that I met were from the mall or outdoor malls. So like fashion malls, like outdoor malls. Um, there's also a place called like Ancol. It's like an amusement park. These girls there. There's also a place called Ancol PIK. Oh wow, I just remembered PIK. That's where you want to be. PIK is like some type of new place that they recently built, like a little city on the side of the beach. And over there, there's so many girls. So you could, if you cold approach at PIK, but it's a little bit far. It's in Jakarta though. It's North Jakarta, so you could get a lot of numbers in PIK. So yeah, PIK is good. That's one. Ancol, Anchol. That's good too. PIK, Ancol. Um, yeah, those two are good. Oh, and also Kota Tua, Kotatua. That's like where the Dutch, the Dutch used to be in Indonesia, where they're colonized by the Dutch. So
Hmm.
pretty much when the Dutch left, like it's one of the places where it's like a landmark. So Kota Tua. And when I go to Kota Tua, they call me Mbappe. I had people surrounding me asking me for photos. Like yeah, and that Mbappe thing happens all the time, but yeah, specifically in Kota Tua, they were surrounding me in circles, yeah, asking for photos. Even in Canada, I was calling Mbappe. I had people ask me for photos in Vancouver, ask me for photos. Yeah, in a white country, surprisingly. But yeah, I was in Indonesia. Yeah, there's you will get girls. You go to this place, Kota Tua, Ancol, PIK, or just any mall. To be honest, if you go to the mall, you're good. Just every day go to different malls. Oh, the best mall? Oh man, what's this mall? There's this specific mall. There's so many beautiful women. So many beautiful women. Oh man, I forgot the name of this mall. But there's this one mall. Central Park is good. That's a good mall. There's a lot of beautiful women there. Grand Indonesia is good as well. But there's one Pondok Indah. That's the mall. That's the best mall. Pondok. Pondok Indah. Best mall. Beautiful woman everywhere. You have baddies looking at you up and down, so it makes it a lot easy for you to just go up and get their numbers. Like, cause those type of girls in that mall, they're more like used to. I think they like foreigners a little bit more in that mall. Pondok Indah.
How do you spell Pondo Inda?
Pondok and then Inda. Pondok Indah, and that's in Jakarta.
Okay, and with a PIK, I'm guessing is Pantai in the and Kapok Street.
Yes, yes, and that's like a Chinatown slash like a beach, like a whole bunch of stuff. A lot of stuff to do over there. Take photos, yeah, and a lot of beautiful women. But I was there with my girl, so I couldn't really do much. But I saw a lot of opportunities there. I was like, oh wow, if I came here alone, yeah, it could have been different.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. All right, let's go on for another 15 minutes. We're almost at 2 hours. So, brothers, if you want to call in, brothers, for the last 15 minutes, call in right now. If you can't call in, hit your questions in the super chat or donation. None of y'all calling will end the stream. And this has been an incredible live stream about Indonesia. Um, it seems like, brother, it's a hotspot. But, brother, what I'm concerned about is that will we get enough love? Because, brother, I was in Japan last year. I got a lot of
Mm.
love. I got a lot of love from Japanese chicks, and I want to get that same love I got from Japanese chicks in Indonesia. So, is it 50-50 for black men there? Is it leaning towards more negative than positive for getting women? Break it down for me, brother.
You're not gonna get as much love as you get in Japan because like I know Japan. I had a Japanese woman waiting for me for 4 months, like based off of one date, like literally, like so those girls are something else. But this place is the type of place. Honestly, the only way you're gonna have success is you really approach women. Like you're gonna have to approach women like nonstop. Like if you can do that, so because of that, I would say if it's out of a 10, I'd say it's like a 4, maybe 40%, 40% probably, because you're
Mm,
gonna have to do a lot of approaches to get women here. Yeah, like and you saw the girl that I sent you. She was a 9, right? So like,
mhm.
you can get the top notch. You just have to like. But for me to get that girl, you know how many approaches it took me? Like at least 30 approaches for me to finally meet that girl. Maybe 40 approaches probably for me to finally meet a girl like that. So you can get that 9 or that 8, but you're gonna have to be approaching all day though to get girls like that.
Okay, brother. Have you approached what's it called? So have you been approached by women themselves in Indonesia?
Yes, I've been approached by women too. Sometimes I'd have girls tell me, "Oh my gosh, you're so handsome," or like I said, like, "Oh, can I take a photo of you?" Or like, "Or where are you from?" Yeah, you'll get approached by some. Yeah, sometimes you'll get approached too, but most of the time, like they'll smile at you, and then you have to go approach. You have to go do the approach. They'll smile at you, or they'll stare in your eyes, and they won't look away. They'll look at you deeply in your eyes, like they want you. They want you to touch them. They're looking at you like they want you to love them at the nighttime or something. Like they'll look at you like so deeply, like, damn, this girl wants me. Like they'll look at you. Feel me? Like, yeah.
Wow. Okay. And brother, what kind of tuning signals do they give Indonesian women?
Eye contact, eye contact, smiling. Or so like I said, sometimes they'll even talk. Oh, you're handsome, or like, where you from? Or like, yeah, but typically eye contact. Typically eye contact, like most places. They look at you in your eyes deeply, looking at you like they want you to talk to them. Like an invitational eye contact, like come talk to me right now, like that.
Amazing, amazing, bro. All right, brother. I think there'll be no callers, Mr. Patron. This has been an incredible live stream, brother. I want to say thank you for your time, brother. Do you have any closing statements before I end the live stream?
Yeah, the only thing I could say is if you do come to Indonesia, be careful for scams. Only take Bluebird, Gojek, or Grab. And Gojek and Grab are applications. So you download those apps, you just put your email, and then you can just order taxis anytime from those apps. And then if you take a taxi, only take Bluebird. Don't take anyone. Oh, like take like you'll get scammed like and pay like double or triple the price for a taxi. But yeah, otherwise, like I said, if you want to come to a country where Asian women are curvy, like I said, I've never seen a place where Asian women are curvy. Asian women are curvy. Um, if you are wifey material, there is here, but you still have to look, but they have it here. So specifically a country where Asian women are curvy and they're sweet, and you're not scared of rejection, you know how to talk to women, then yeah, make your way out to Indonesia.
Two more questions, brother. Right.
Mm.
Any other scams we got to be aware of in Indonesia?
The main one is the taxi scam. The taxi scam. Like just trying to foreign price. Just always make sure whenever you go out to eat, read the menu. Read the price before you pay something. Just always read the price before you pay something, because like they see you as a wallet. Like you're not from there, so they know you have money. So just always double check a price before you pay anything, and just only take like Gojek, Bluebird, or Grab. Specifically Gojek or Grab, because Bluebird, they'll take the wrong route sometimes on purpose to try to trick you. Like so you gotta like, and even though he's looking at his GPS, and then he's still trying to take a wrong turn on purpose. Like, man, dude, man, follow your GPS, dude. What you doing, man? Drive straight. But yeah, that's that's the main one.
And brother, how do we spot 304s in Indonesia, brother?
They have tattoos, just like anywhere else. They have tattoos. They're drinking. They smoke cigarettes a lot. Um, Initially, when you talk to them, they'll talk about money right away. They'll say something. Yeah, if they bring up anything about money, like you should be okay. You should be able to get everything without spending much. Just a date should be able to get you from all the way from the street to the bedroom. If you have any girl making the process like more trickier or anything like besides that, then obviously she's playing games with you. Like she's trying to use you for money or some type of financial gain. And then if you're trying to marry a woman and she's just talking about all these hard stuff she wants you to do for her, like, oh, you have to do this for me, do this for me, do this, like making like it shouldn't be that tricky. Like a good woman's not gonna make your life so hard or make it so easy for you to like be with her or marry her or stuff like that. So yeah, if tattoos, smoking, drinking, talking about money, want this, want that, like yeah, you should same stuff you see in every place.
Awesome, bro. Awesome. Okay. Thank you, brother, Mr. Patron. Brothers, great live stream. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. join the Python course. You have 2 more weeks to join. It closes next week on the 21st of July. If you don't join by then, you've lost sight. You've lost your space. So join the Python course on Patreon. I look forward to teaching you, brothers. Thank you very much, Mr. Patron. Much appreciated for coming on here for the intel. And I see you, brothers, on